Right, YouTube, it's been a little while coming, but this is Tech News Roundup number 4. I thought I'd do another one because there's been quite a bit of tech news out there this week. First of all, there's a lot of talk actually on Macrumors.com, as usual. The link is over there, about 3G iPhone. There's a lot of talk that there's going to be a 3G iPhone in the summer of this year. It's really stepped up a gear, because there's always been rumours of this, but it really has stepped up a gear, so this is certainly one to watch out for. And with the release of the new software that will be coming up, iPhone software 2, complete with all the new apps that it will allow from the SDK, I think this is going to be an exciting time. In other news actually from Macrumors, there's been another firmware update for notebooks, the keyboards and the iMac from Apple. It doesn't really say a lot, but it says Apple has also issued an aluminium keyboard firmware update. This update addresses an issue with the aluminium Apple keyboards and the aluminium Apple wireless keyboard where a key may repeat unexpectedly while typing. Not actually a bug that I've noticed myself, but you know, if some people are having problems with it, Apple have obviously fixed it. And that's pretty much it. Where it's really been kicking off is on PC Pro's website. The 3 strikes deal, which the UK government has been talking about. Basically, what it is if you're sharing copyrighted files, like say music or movies or anything like that, on a platform such as BitTorrent, then the government was looking to make UK ISPs a form of internet police. If you get caught for doing it, you get a strike on your record. Get caught 3 times, you're banned from that ISP and you get blacklisted from every other ISP. It seems quite harsh considering you can get away with quite a number of other things such as hacking and everything like that. But there you go. The European Union, who I've not always been a massive fan of, I have to say, because they tried all sorts of strange things like you can't call chocolate in the UK because it's not got a high enough percentage of cocoa and all this stuff, you know, all sorts of daft ideas that have been floating around. They've actually done well on this one, and they've voted against it. In fact, it says here, the vote shows that MEPs want to strike a balance between the interests of the right holders and those of consumers, and that big measures like cutting off internet access shouldn't be used. So that's quite a big one, and definitely a bit of welcome news. The Nvidia boss has lashed out at Intel, and it says here, Nvidia's chairman has lashed out at Intel, calling the company's integrated graphics a joke. This is really all about the fact that Intel integrated graphics are not really gaming chips. However, what they are very good for is for your average PC user who really just wants a system to do spreadsheets and word processing and all that on. You don't need to have an Nvidia chip. You only really need it if you want to play games, because the Intel chips do run high definition video. So it seems a bit daft that he's come out and said this, because it only affects a portion of the market. But there you go. In other news, Asus has managed to cram 3 GPUs onto a single graphics card. It's one of only 10 produced worldwide and never intended for retail. The EAH3850X3 Trinity is a standard size board with 3 of ATI's HD 3850 GPUs crammed onto it. That's quite incredible actually, because it does make you wonder actually if they're reaching the limit of what they can do with chips, because some of the 9000 series from Nvidia is using 2 processors, and the latest offering from ATI has been using 2 processors. So I wonder if maybe that's the thing. Yes, I am drinking Mountain Dew. I'll put a link in the sidebar for a place called Cyber Candy. They have a store in Covent Garden and one in Brighton. I've been into the one in Covent Garden in London. Well worth a look. And also, just a bit of extra news. There's not really a specific story on this, but there's been a lot of rivals to the Asus EPC getting announced from various manufacturers. Now the Asus EPC is that really tiny sort of mini laptop. It's probably like about that or something like that. It's just a few inches across. I've seen one, I've had the chance to use one of these glorious little bit of kit, and I'd love one if I could justify spending £200 on what is really a word processing and internet only laptop. I don't really need it because my iPod Touch does that extremely well as well. But yeah, there's a lot of rivals. It seems to have really hit a note because the EPC's been running short on stock for quite a while, and various manufacturers they've decided to get in on the act. So it's all looking quite exciting. And finally, Windows 7, the new version of Windows that should replace Vista, is looking set to be out next year. This is quite a surprise in many ways. It's been floating around for a little while, this story, but what it basically is it was meant to be released, Windows 7 was meant to be coming out in roughly 2010, 2011, but it's now been pushed forwards to 2009, so I wonder if that's really to do with the fact that Vista sales have been flagging and it's never really taken off as a system. So it should be good times if Windows 7 does hit a note. I believe it's meant to be using a new kernel. So obviously the Vista kernel's not all singing, all dancing like Microsoft have said it is. So they must be going for something a little bit more streamlined. Anyway, that's it from me for now. Hope this has been interesting for you all, and I'll see you all again soon. Alright, thanks.